A year ago, I rooted this tiny Ginseng ficus cutting in nothing but water. Then I planted it in botanical soil. Today we're finally going to dig it up. And there's already a clue. A thick root is already poking out of the pot almost as if it's saying, hey, just 1 year. And yet, what a year it's been. It's grown into something truly impressive. I think it's ready for its next chapter. Honestly, I have no idea what we'll find. And that's exactly why I'm excited. This is the same plant 1 year later. I needed a name for this growing method. So how about the two-story method? A larger pot on the bottom. A flexible nursery pot turned upside down on top. The upper section is filled with botanical soil. Grow the roots here, remove the upper section later, and transplant the whole thing. Simple. At least that's the idea. Alright, let's find out what happened. No matter what the result is, this is always the most exciting part. Do you remember the rooting experiment from a year ago? Which one do you think produced the strongest roots? On the left, just water. In the middle, water covered with a black plastic bag. On the right, water with rooting hormone. 3, 2, 1. The winner was the one in the middle, by far. I only covered it because I wanted to recreate the darkness of underground. Sometimes, curiosity rewards you with discoveries you never expected. Now let's dig it out. The branches have grown far beyond what I imagined. But today, I'm much more interested in what's happening underground. Wow, it's holding together much more firmly than I expected. Actually, it's probably not the soil, it's the roots. Whenever you're removing compacted, growing media, there's a simple rule. Work from the top, not from the sides. Coming in from the side makes it much easier to damage healthy roots. Alright, this looks like the right moment. Here we go. Please, let there be some thick roots. The upper section is finally off, but we still can't see everything. I don't like dragging videos out, but I also don't want to skip the real moments. This excitement is real. I wonder, can the excitement of one plant nerd in Japan reach someone on the other side of the world? If you're enjoying this moment with me, then we're already friends. Here in Japan, this is simply what one plant enthusiast spends his days doing. I'll be sharing many more experiments like this. Starting a new YouTube channel feels a little like starting elementary school. You wonder, will I make new friends? Well, I'm not exactly a kid anymore. Now here's a little tip. When you're removing the growing medium, always work vertically. Gently slide the chopstick straight down. If you push it in from the side, you're much more likely to damage healthy roots. And yes, I said chopstick. Well, actually, this is a Japanese cooking chopstick. We call it saibashi. It's basically an extra long chopstick used for cooking, serving food, and apparently digging up plants. Not exactly what it was designed for. Sorry, kitchen. Anyway, what would you use for a job like this? A skewer, a stick, some fancy gardening tool I've never heard of. Now I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments, because one of my favorite parts of this channel is learning from people all over the world. Give me a minute. I'm going to wash the roots. No way. You've got to be kidding me. Look at this. This is way beyond anything I expected. It looks like the arm of a gorilla. Strong, powerful, absolutely unbelievable. I'm still trying to calm down, but now I have another responsibility. Once you take a plant out of its pot, you owe it a new home. Let's plant it. For comparison, this is my thumb. Not exactly a small one. A year ago, this cutting didn't even have roots. And now look at it. The entire upper section is now above the surface. Why did it become this thick? Honestly, I don't know. But one thing is certain. This is what happened when I grew it in botanical soil. Now it's our job to figure out why. A new pot, a new beginning. You'll probably struggle for a while, but I believe in you. I'll do everything I can to help. Botanical soil already contains fertilizer in a balanced ratio, but you're special. Go, Magamp K. Just a little extra. I'm also making a few adjustments to the soil mix. Every plant deserves the environment that suits it best. So what made the two-story method work? I believe botanical soil played a big role. Its granular structure drains well, which allows roots to breathe. At the same time, it holds enough moisture and provides nutrients. Plants that receive consistent water and nutrition often grow shorter, stronger, and sturdier. While I'm planting this, let me show you what we're working on next. Here's a question. When you take a cutting, how long should the stem be? Most people just go with their instincts. But what if there's actually a relationship between the length of the cutting and the number of leaves? That's exactly what I'm trying to find out right now. And there's another experiment I'm really looking forward to. This one will have to wait until the weather cools down a little. Have you ever wanted your ginseng ficus to grow lots of aerial roots? A common trick is to water it well and cover it with a plastic bag. People say it's to increase the humidity. But is humidity really the whole story? I wasn't convinced, so I started asking questions. Could light play a role? What about ethylene or oxan? Honestly, I don't know yet. And that's exactly why I'm excited. Sometimes curiosity rewards you with discoveries you never expected. I hope you'll stick around and discover the answers with me. Anyway, let's get back to today's transplant. I think the roots can speak for themselves. Well, that's today's transplant finished. Personally, I think it looks incredibly cool. What do you think? If you're still watching, I have a feeling we'll make good friends. Welcome to Botanical Soil Lab.